If you love the sound of real analog synths but don't have thousands of dollars to be thrown away on hardware, this plugin might be a must-have for you. These are legit some of the best sounds I've heard in a VST. Today I'm going to be reviewing the plugin Fraction by Prototype and Eraform. I'm going to show you the plugin, show off some of the sounds, and I will also rate it at the end of the video, giving you a good sense of whether this plugin is something that you need to get. So taking a look at the plugin here, I'm just going to go over some features and stuff that I really like about this plugin. Starting off with just the UI, I think it's very well laid out, and it is good for getting you to the idea that you want quickly and just inspiring you in your melody making process. So this part right here in the middle allows you to quickly adjust the sound. You can, blend the two different sound sources here. You can see this has the aura keys on the left side and chroma keys on the right. And it's, pretty intuitive. You drag it to the left, you're going to get more of the sound on the left. Drag it to the right, you're going to get more of the sound on the right. And then the up and down is, adjusting some of the filters and effects. So that's super cool. This humanize adds some play noise, and then the vintage just makes it a little bit more vintage sounding. So these are really quick, easy ways to adjust presets. That doesn't require a whole lot of thinking. It's just, manipulate these, listen, and see what you like. So that's one of the things I really love about it, is that I can take a preset that maybe is close to what I'm looking for, do some adjustments in here as the beat's playing through, just moving things around until it gets to right where I want it. And that is super awesome for the workflow. Another cool thing is if you don't really know what sound you're looking for, or you just want to try something completely different, you have the Shatter button that just generates you a brand new preset. Hit it again. Okay, so we're getting something completely different every single time. And then, you can come up here and do your adjustments to change it how you want. But that ability to just create new presets on the go like that is something really cool for experimenting and, just staying creative. So that's my key features of the UI. I also like that you can hop to this advanced tab and adjust the attack, decay, sustain, and release of each of the two sound sources. I don't use this a whole lot. I did recently have to come in here and drop the release on a bass sound so that it wasn't, clashing with the next note. But yeah, this is definitely a screen I'm going to play with more. A lot of this, the blend and stuff, you can do that with the main view here. So this isn't a tab you probably mess with a whole bunch, but you could. And then there's also this effects tab, so you can adjust the effects in a more traditional way than using this box here. Okay, so if you type a preset you're looking for, you just hit the preset menu up here, bass, bells, brass, experimental, granulized keys, leads, blah, 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 all the different sound types. And you have a favorites here. Anytime you want to favorite a preset, you just go to the right side and click the little green dot, and it'll go to your favorites. So let's go through some of my favorite sounds here real quick. I love the basses in this. So those are just three of the basses, and you can tell it's just a very rich, full sound, lots of detail, and just cool textures, all that. My absolute favorite place to go to for sub basses right now. Here's a pluck sound. Favorited that one just because it's interesting. They got some cool leads, good synth sounds. Have more basses down here. There's so many, even this keys preset here. There's a lot of cool textures and stuff in here that just sounds, like real analog synths. So to get the best sound quality you can get, I don't know of any other plugins that are on this level necessarily. When I'm thinking of the best sounding plugins, I have this right up there with an Omnisphere, or, I think it's better than Analog Lab for the most part. Analog Lab has great sounds too, so, and a lot more sounds. So I don't want to like compare those like one to one, but like as far as the quality goes, this is absolutely fantastic. Like I think it's just as good or better than Omnisphere or like Kontakt Banks. The sound quality is just super high, and my ability to come in here and find the sounds I'm looking for, getting those textures and stuff that you don't get out of a lot of other VSTs, it's an absolute game changer. Like, you can take a simple melody with plain sounds and swap it to this, and it's going to sound so much better. It's also worth noting that you can create your own presets and save them. So like if I adjusted this preset and then I want to save it, just come here, save preset, change it to, whatever, and it'll be saved. It's one of my favorite plugins to use right now for sounds, and I'm definitely going to be using it a lot. It's not going to replace Analog Lab. That's still my like number one VST for sounds. But when I want to switch it up or find like really cool synth sounds, this is where I'm coming to. You could make entire melodies using nothing but this VST, and the sounds will go very well together. It doesn't have every single sound, and it's all, like very synthy sounds, but they're very high quality. If I was looking for like a one-stop shop of like VST, this probably wouldn't be the one. I'd probably still lean towards Analog Lab. But if you already have Analog Lab and you're looking for something else that has super high quality sounds and can bring some unique features to your beat, this is definitely a great addition, and is something I've been using almost as much as I've been using Analog Lab. Analog Lab still has the upper hand there, but that's mostly just because of the amount of presets I have over there versus how many are in here. But when I'm coming for like a sub bass, I'm coming here first 99% of the time. I just love how they sound. Alright, so let's get into the final ratings. I'm going to rate this on sound quality, ease of use, creativity, and value. So starting off with sound quality, I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Like I said earlier in the video, the sound quality is just amazing. Every sound I feel like is really good. They sampled real hardware synths, and you can tell it just sounds full and interesting. As far as ease of use, I'm going to go with another 9 out of 10. Super easy to use, preset menus, easy to navigate. With the Shatter button that lets you create new presets, it is so easy to come up with new stuff, and that's going to bleed over into the creativity. And I'm going to give it a 8. Again, that Shatter function, the ability to manipulate the sound using that box, is a unique way of changing up the sound, and I think it really helps my creativity. I really enjoy using it. Only thing is like effects within the plugin. There's not a whole lot there, so that's why I'm only giving it an 8 on that scale. As far as value, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Right now, this is coming in around $100 usually. There's different sales that go on all the time, but most of the time it looks like it's going for around $97, which I think might be a little high with the number of presets in it. If there was more presets, I think I would rate this a little bit higher. But again, with that Shatter function, you can really create endless amount of presets. So, value it for yourself. I think the price is maybe a little high, but it's not outrageous by any means. So overall score, I'm going to say this thing is around an 8.5 out of 10. For me, I have no regrets getting it whatsoever, and I think anyone who likes these types of sounds and can use them in their production, this is a must-have. If you want to see more of this plugin, make sure you follow the channel, because in the next video I'm going to be using it with ToneFlex and showing you how you can make some crazy sounds with the combination of those two. Till next time, peace.